All right, so a little bit about how today's going to go, kind of our protocol. We're going to superset 2 moves, and that simply means, like I said, 2 moves, kind of one right after the other. And so where a lot of times we do 1 upper body and then 1 lower body, we're going to push through, and this time it'll be 2 upper body and 2 lower body. Still a little bit different muscle groups so that you're not just going forever on that same muscle, but a little bit more intensity to kind of push through, keeping those and fatiguing that set of muscles. So we'll do 30 seconds of 1 right into the next 30 seconds. We'll repeat it again, then we'll kind of take a rest. Okay, so we'll do everything twice, which basically will amount to about 2 minutes of full work, and then we'll rest for a minute. All right, so kind of get that good time under tension. See what time we've got here. I want to make sure we've got people. All right, we're right at 10:15, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And I want you we'll take it slow. Take that ear down to the shoulder, up and other side. Just listening to the neck. Okay, give me one more here. Now let's turn side to side. So bring chin over the shoulder. I love to just kind of warm up head to toe. I know that now that we're 10:15, most of you have been awake for a while now. We're used to be earlier. Good. Give me a couple small shoulder rolls here. 3. Now you can stay here, or if you're feeling ready, go for that big circle. And let's go 3, 2, 1. We're going to reverse it, but this one at a time. So almost like you're swimming forward. And I want you to really kind of feel as the arm comes back, that nice big stretch through the chest. Good. 1 more each way. All right, let's get the feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to go right into a squat series. So we'll squat, and as you come up, I just want you to turn to the side. So rotate, and we'll alternate. So we're taking the hips, facing one wall, back center for the squat, the other. Good. All right, now I want you to add, reach up like you're getting something off the shelf, pull it down, reach up, good. There. Okay, I want you to give me 1 more each way. All right, we're going to go into that hip hinge. So hands just kind of at your hips so that you can feel that the hinge comes from here. So we don't want anyone dropping the shoulders and rounding the back. Really think about almost if someone kind of kicked you right at the hips. Push back, nice flat back, stand up tall. So core stays tight, reach the crown of the head forward, stand up through the glutes, not the back. And it's really important to get this form down now because later when we add weights, you want to keep those shoulders down and back. You can even pretend right now so that we don't let the weights round or pull our shoulders down. Okay, let's get a couple more. All right, this one I want you to hold at the bottom. Arms kind of in front of you, kind of right in front of the chest. Nice and soft in the knees. And I just want you to open. You're going to kind of swing right then left. You don't have to turn your whole chest open. Just keep the chest folded down. Okay, now both arms fly out. Stay here, up and down. Again, you'll see this later. So we're doing it now before we add weights. Core is tight. Don't let your belly sink. 1 more. Good. Stand up tall. Kind of shake that out. I want us to go into a little bit of a shoulder series here. So we're going to take those arms. We're going to almost like we're doing a big jumping jack, all the way up, all the way down. Good. Now let's, if we can, go into that modified jack. So you're just going to step out as the arms come up. But we're really just working through that big range of motion in the shoulders. Okay. All right, keep those arms up. Bring the legs in. I want you to squeeze down, press up, squeeze down, press up. Good. 4, 5, 3, 1 more. Don't let those arms come down. Though. Let me show you out wide, and now open and close. And I want you to squeeze those shoulder blades as you move the arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades in towards the center of the back, and then chest tightens as you come forward. Good, and it's okay to kind of open the chest and round the back because we're looking at big range of motion right here. 3 and 2. Last one. Good, shake out the shoulders. Okay, one more set here. I want to take us through a little bit of a lunge series. So nice and wide in the legs. We're just gonna go side to side. Opening up the hips. Say good morning. Your hips here. Good. On this next one over here, I want you to hold, turn that back toe. All right, we're gonna dip feet down, lunge, and press. Good. 3, 4, one more. 5, good. Now we gotta switch.
Can we get Rebecca Barkley to the play order, please?
Good. 3, 4, and 5. All right. You'll be feeling good. You can take a little chest opener here. I'm going to show you our first 2 moves. These are both upper body moves. So from here, we're going to start with just a bicep curl, and we're going to alternate. So it's right, then left. Now, at this rate, I'm kind of meeting in the middle. If you need to slow it down, just go full range of motion all the way up, then the other one, okay? Otherwise, we've kind of got them like a pulley system, one after the other. That's our first move. Second move, we're going to tuck the weights right under the chin. This is our Arnold press. We rotate the palms forward, press overhead, bring them right back under the chin. Okay, so 30 seconds of curls, and then 30 seconds of press. Now remember, even with that press, if you start to fatigue, you can always go one arm at a time to slow it down. Okay, but we want you to challenge yourself, push through. Only take that modification if you need it, not just if you want it. All right, so palms forward, elbows at your side. We're gonna start rotating right, then left. Here we go, so up and down. Now again, you can always slow this down and take that full range of motion. I'm kind of meeting in the middle to get that full amount of reps in. You're halfway. And make sure elbows point down the whole time so there's no swinging, pointing out at your neighbor. You stay towards the ground. 3 seconds and we go right into that press. Good, so weights at your chin, rotate out and press. No rest in between these, we'll rest at the end of the set. Okay, now we're gonna do both of these one more time. So now that you've felt it, you kind of know, is this the right set of weights? Is this feel good? Do I need lighter? Maybe do I need heavier? Good. Right back into curls one more time. Right, then left. Now the goal then is at the end of the 2 minutes. So once we've done them twice, you really should be fighting for those last few reps. Unless you're totally new to this, in which case I tell you to pace yourself because we don't want you to go home and be so sore tomorrow and never come back. So, but if you're used to this kind of thing, this is the workout where you want to start to feel fatigued by the end of the 30 seconds. Like, I need to switch and do something else. Good. We're almost there. You've got about 10 more seconds, and then you get a full rest here. We'll set those weights down, and we'll hit lower body. Good. Okay. So that's what it'll feel like. You should be feeling a nice burn in the upper body. We'll switch to lower body here to just keep mixing it up. So your first move here is going to just be your standard squat. So you can hold those weights at your side. You can hold one weight or two at your chest. You can kind of wrap them high at your shoulders. Whatever is comfortable for you. Feet about shoulder width apart. Knees track right in line with the toes, with the ankles. Sit back in that imaginary chair, just like we did in warm-ups. All right, so 30 seconds here. So you can hold them high, like I said, or you can keep them to the outside. A high rack with the weights at your shoulders is going to put a little bit more pressure on the lower back. So if you have lower back issues, then I would tell you to go here or one weight at the chest. Okay. All right, you all keep going. 5 more seconds. Next move is just a reverse lunge. So when you hear that timer, you'll alternate. All right, so stepping one leg back. Weights are going to frame that front leg and just alternate right then left. Now, how deep you go into that lunge is going to be up to you. It may be not so low and more of a tap back. And that's a great place to start, as long as you're feeling it. Good, 5 seconds. Good, we're right back to the squat. So however you want your weight, down and press up. Good, so make sure that hinge starts at the hips, bend the knees. It's going to protect your knees. I want that longevity. Good, one more set of lunges. It's back and up. If that feels too difficult, you can always sink low and tap. Instead of dropping that back knee, squeeze the glutes, press the big long leg back. Okay, 10 seconds, almost there. Your break is coming. Good, okay, 30-second rest. Set those weights down, grab a drink. Today is gonna move very quickly.
Attention YMCA members and guests. Can Rebecca Bardsley please come to the plan learn? Rebecca Bardsley to the plan learn. Thank you.
All right, this first move, upright row. So palms face the body, weights come up under the chin, elbows high, and back down. All right, here we go. Ready to start. Remember, if for any reason this just feels too hard, you can always go right and left. That's going to cut your time on each arm down and down. All right, you all stay here. You've got about 10 seconds. I want to show you that next move because we're right into it. You're going to give me that hinge like we did in our warm-up. Flat back, and you'll fly. Okay? So we're right into it. Arms fly out wide. Now, if you start to feel pressure on your lower back, I want you to come up, kind of shake that out, and then come back down when you're ready. You can also always go one arm at a time, just like we did when we warmed up. 10 seconds. Squeeze those shoulder blades towards the back of your body. Good, we've got one more set of each. Some deep breaths, shoulders down and back. Upright row. Okay, now this is different than a canoe row where you kind of be doing this number. And I always say it's like pulling up your pants. You just got to put those mom jeans on, like all the way up to your chest. 3, almost there. 2, good. All right, hinge and fly. And maybe you need to do 2 and then stand up and reset. And that's great, that's glute work, so we'll take it. Halfway. Hold tight. Good. 5 seconds. You're almost there. Good. 30-second rest. And shake it out. Take advantage of that 30 seconds and shake out your grip. I know we're holding for longer periods of time. All right, so this next one, we're going to go lateral lunge. So you step out, you can have one weight. If you do, put it in the opposite hand or 2. Step out in the center. Step out. Now, knees and toes stay forward, but press this back. You're going to fold, but keep it a nice flat spine so you're not rounded. Still lifted. Okay. And if that stepping back and forth makes you feel unstable, you can stay in that wide position, feet set, instead of stepping out, and just go center side. By adding the step, we're just adding some power into these legs by having to push back to the middle. Good. I want you to hold down here with me to keep those weights or ditch them. Right leg, tap out and in. Good. Out, in. So if that weight gets in your way or it just feels like too much, you can go to 1, you can go to 9. Give me those runner's arms. Or you can hold on to them. Stay here, 8 seconds. 5, good. 3, 2. All right, right back into the lateral lunge. One more time, so taking it side to side. I know you feel uneven. We're gonna hit that other side after this one. Good, drive those hips back, keep the knee and toe forward, so nothing rotating out here. Almost there, 3 seconds. Good, sink low. This time we're taking left leg out and in. Okay, your modification, like that, you can drop the weights and you just don't sink as low. But if you can, I want you in that leg, really firing up. The stabilizing leg is the one that really feels it here. Good, 10 seconds. Just that leg long if you can. 3 to go. Beautiful. All right, shake out the legs. We've done that on the sides of the legs. We're gonna hit it all today, I promise. So this next one, we're gonna hold a 90-degree angle, which means we've got shoulder, elbow, and then the wrist coming out kind of perpendicular to there. Weights in your hands. You're gonna lift up shoulder height. Come on down. So it's just this 90-degree raise and back in. All right, starting in 3. This might be one where you want that lighter weight. Good, now we want to make sure that we're keeping elbow from shoulder height back down, but we're not shrugging the shoulders up towards our ears. Keep them down and back. 10 seconds. Good, keep going. You've got 3 left. I'm going to switch to my lighter weights for this next one. So from here, we're out. We're going to rotate those weights out. Elbows come together, out and down. So it's up, squeeze, release, and lower. But you're lifted the whole time, and these are small muscles. You're working all around the rotator cuff, working those shoulder stabilizers. Now after this one, I want you to take a second if you need. Good, so let the shoulders come down for a second if you need. When you're ready, we go right back into that first move, raise and lower. Okay, now remember you also, this is upper body, which means we can always alternate right, then left if needed. Okay, we've got about 10 more seconds here. This might be the hardest set because we're holding in that high lift. Last one. Good, once you're here, up, squeeze, out. Now I want to show you with no weight. This, I promise, will still work. Think about bringing those elbows together. You do not have to have weights here. It's all about that mind-muscle connection. Good. All right, keep that going. 10 seconds. If you are intentional about that squeeze, I promise you can get a great workout, even with no weights. Good, set it down. Okay, shoulders should be on fire right now. So I want you to take that arm across the chest. Good stretch. Good, open that up kind of, and then take the other side. So we're moving back to legs. We'll let the arms chill here. All right, so in this one, we're gonna take a nice wide squat, and we're gonna travel with it. So I want you to step out wide. Toes are gonna slightly turn out, so they're not so straight, but you're gonna step out wide, together, wide. So it's almost like a frog or a crab walk. And if you want, you take those weights, you can hold one at your chest, or you can kind of drop them in the center. Some people like to put them right what we call in the pockets. However you want to put them. If you like them high, that's totally up to you. When you're ready. Okay, so chest stays lifted here. You can center, get a nice balancing, kind of wide stance, not too wide. We're just going into a calf raise. So raise up on the toes and down. Up and down. Good. Beautiful. That's one more of each. All right, we're back into those big wide squats. And I care about wide squats, plie squats, sumo squats. Kind of fun to picture you guys as a room of sumo wrestler. That's what I'm seeing right now. That's scary. Okay. So again, however you like those weights, but if you let them down, you can't let them pull your shoulders forward. 3 seconds. Okay. Right into calf raise. One more time. Are any of you opposed to fans? I just realized fans are not on. Are we good with fans? Keep that rolling. I don't even feel like it. Almost there. Anytime now. 2, 1, and rest. Don't feel like it's moving fast? No. Okay, awesome. We're almost there. This next one, we're gonna have our row. So that back to that hip hinge, flat back, neck in line with the spine. Okay, so don't worry about looking up. You're gonna compromising your neck here. Neutral spine. We're gonna go single, single, double. Elbows push up and back towards the corner of the room. Here we go. So it's right, left, or just whichever way, and both. Single, single, double. Okay, so elbows aren't coming out wide. Keep them close to the body. Drive them up and back. All right, next move, front raise. Palms are gonna face each other. That's kind of the hammer style. Nice straight base. Raise up shoulder height and down. Now remember, you can always go one and then the other. Another way to modify this is to take one weight and hold the ends, lift up shoulder height. We're still getting that same move, just cutting our weight in half. Especially for those of you at home who may not have a lot of variations on dumbbells to use. You can still get creative and make it work. Almost there. And one more time on those rows, hinge. 1, 1, and both. As you pull those weights in, squeeze the shoulder blades in towards the back. Everyone pull the belly button in and wrap that core sit around your waist. 3, 2, 1. All right, last move. We're back into our front raise. So lift and lower. Now, if you feel yourself starting to rock here, I want you to take that split stance, really tighten the core, a little bit of a pelvic tilt, so that we stay nice and steady. We've got one more lower body section coming after this, and then we'll make our way to the mat. Good. Rest. How are we feeling? Good. What's harder for people, upper body or lower body? Which one's more challenging? Core? Core, okay. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. All right, so here's our next move. we're gonna do those curtsy lunges. We're gonna stay on one side. All right, so first, we'll take your left leg so that you're moving to the right. Sweep it behind, come up. I want you to catch your balance, and then we're gonna give a small leg lift out to the side. So my stabilizing leg, okay, your right leg is gonna stay planted. And on this leg lift, this is not like it's not a cheerleading move, it's not a high kick. I want that knee and toe forward so that it comes all from the glute. So if we turn out, we can get much higher, but that's not the point here. We're gonna keep it there, and it's just a squeeze here, not a big range of motion, back down. Okay, you should feel it in the glutes. If you feel it in the front, like in the hip flexors, you're giving me one of those. Okay, right one, just a small lift in the glutes. All right, here we go. Okay, so first curtsy, then a leg lift. Good. Same thing. Okay, this should challenge your balance, and it's okay to take it really slow if you feel unstable. We want to challenge our balance, we want to challenge our bodies, but we want to be safe and smart about it as well. Okay, right into the other side. So same thing. You should feel in this curtsy, again, we're targeting the outside of the legs and the glutes. And then we do that on the lift on the other leg. 3 seconds. Okay, right back into that first side. We gotta do each one more time. You can always drop those weights if it's not necessary to have extra resistance. You can hold one weight at your chest if you feel like it keeps getting in the way of your legs. Okay, 5 seconds. We got one more time on the other side because no one's walking out of here lopsided. Here we go. That's through. Good. Think of a little even side crunch there. Abdominals right down the side of the obliques. And rest. All right, we're going to give a little extra rest time here because we'll come onto our mat for the rest of it. Grab a drink. When you're ready, we're going to come onto our back. Take your time coming down. All right, we've got 2 more sets here. So on this next one, I want you to try and press up into a bridge, which just means you've got our heels kind of firmly planted into the mat. We're going to drive the hips up towards the ceiling, and we're going to raise those weights. We're going to try and hold the bridge for this full 30 seconds. If that's too much, come down at any point you need. Take a breath, shake them out. When you're ready, come back up. But we're going to go into this narrow press. So elbows come down to the side of your mat, just about to where you top the mat, but they're going to hover. Press right back up over the chest. All right. Down and up. This way you're getting chest and triceps all in one. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Over there. Good, 5 seconds. We've got some skull pressures coming next. I'm going to see what that is. Keep there. Good, so hips drop down. Weight stay right above the shoulders. You're going to hinge at the elbow as if you're bringing those weights to your ear like they're a telephone and extend back up. Hinge and extend. Good. Good, almost there. Yes, you guys look beautiful with those. All right. Catch your breath for a second if you need. Press those hips back into our initial move. Press and release. Now your core should be tight here. You got hip mobility, but core stability. You're stabilizing so that your hips aren't wobbling all over. Beautiful. Bring the hips down. Really focus on the back of the upper arm, those triceps. Hinge and extend. So a great way to think about this is to think if you had a bar kind of coming across your elbows and you're keeping everything from the shoulder to the elbow in place, hinge at that elbow, press back up to straight arms. Good. This is one of the best skull crushers I've seen. Well done. Last bit here. Excellent. Okay. Take a minute. Put it down. You can just reach up overhead, stretch to the core. We're going to stay here on our back. One. All right. So this is our last set of moves. We'll use our weights. And we're going to start with a chest press. So arms or elbows out wide this time. That's the difference. Before we had them narrow close to the body. Now we're taking them out wide. We're going to rotate, press up right over the chest. So not over your head, not at your belly button, right above the chest. Down and up, down and up. Okay, that's our first move. Second move, we're going to go into that leg drop. So legs are up. I want you to drop one, then the other. If you want a more advanced version, you can drop both and raise. Okay, leg raises for that second one. So starting with our chest press, so take those elbows out wide. Good. Press and bring down. Now we never want to rest our arms on the floor when they come out wide. You're just going to hover an inch or two and press back up. Good. 10 seconds to go. Good. Now you can bring the weights and hands down if you want. Legs are up. Drop one leg, and this will help if you feel your lower back coming off the mat. You can put your hands right under the tailbone to kind of help stabilize. And another way to modify this is to take the bent leg variation. So you just make it a little smaller by not taking the full extension in the legs. Can we shorten our lever length? It's going to make it a little bit easier, a little less resistance. Good. If you have those weights right here, we're in round two. Make sure you keep them up carefully. Press out wide. Good. Legs come down. Legs up. We're going to get drops. Back up to the other, or you can go for the double leg. Just want to test that out. You can try single, single, double. Seconds, almost there. Good. Tuck the knees into the chest. Take a nice gentle little rock here for the back. Very good. All right, we're going to just finish out with a little bit of core. No timers here. To make sure you kind of clear your space as we're moving around. I don't want to go on the weights. We are going to stay on our back. A little bit more here. All right, so from here, I want you to stack the knees right over the hips. Arms are going to be straight out. We call this dead bug. And this is really good work for the deep inner core, okay? So even around that pelvic girdle, you're going to extend your right arm and left leg. So we take a nice big extension on opposite side. Exhale, come back center. Okay. Inhale, big reach. Exhale, tighten everything back to the middle. Now, if that feels too hard, you don't have to take the big extension in the legs. You might start with keeping a bent leg, just a heel tap and back center. Or you can opt for just the arm or leg instead of both. Notice to stay here a little longer. Try and keep that lower back pressed into the mat and work through it with your breath. One more. One more on each side. Good. All right, keep the legs stacked if you can. Arms are going to come out wide. This is kind of like a smaller windshield wiper. And I want you to bring the knees to about 45 degrees or maybe a little more, but not all the way to the floor. And then you bring it back up center by squeezing through the core. So you've got that twist. Exhale as you untwist and come back center. Good, now option is to keep your feet planted. We'll just kind of move side to side. Okay, almost there. Maybe one more. Good. All right, tuck the knees into the chest. Take a little stretch here.
Can we bring the close to the plan, please? Bring close to the plan. Thank you.
Reach those arms overhead. Extend the legs. Big stretch here. All right, this next one, we're going to bicycle, so a little more twisted. Hands come behind the head. No tugging on the neck, though. It's just for gentle support. You can opt for that bent leg variation to make it a little easier, where you take knee to opposite elbow with the bent legs alternating right and left, or you're going to give me that big extension in the opposite leg. And we're just going to alternate without going fast, right? And left. And I want you to slow this down a little because we're not worried about cardio in this class, but I do want a big range of motion. I want you to see how far you can twist through the floor side to side. Good. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Good. Come on, relax. Shake out the legs. Kind of let the core just breathe for a second. When you're ready, we're going to flip on over onto our stomach. All right, before we get into any plank work here, I want us to come down. And this one, I want you to keep your feet, like your toes on the ground if possible, okay? Because we're really gonna emphasize just the back here instead of the glutes as well. And I want you, this one's about mobility and range of motion. So if you can't really reach that chest up far, that's okay. You can take care, working through the shoulder mobility. I want you to take that big sweep, turn the palms up, and then reach forward. And you may not get that full range of motion, that's okay. But it's as if you're floating on your belly, kind of swimming or making like a snow angel. We call these reverse snow angels. And if you even need to keep that forehead down, you can do so. Only work through the shoulders. By lifting up, you're just kind of getting in the back. That will posterior chain. Let's get 3 more. Nice big reach. Really spread those fingertips and reach. 2. Good. Last one. Big sweep. And down. Good. Bring the arms in. I want you to just push the hips back. Take a child's pose. That's going to stretch through. Upper back. Good. All right. Coming onto all 4s. We're almost there, I promise. Again, we're going to work that core, but we're going to do it through stability and kind of mobility. So this is all about that longevity. We can lift weights, but if our joints won't move in a few days or a few years, we haven't really helped ourselves. So wrist right under the shoulders. And I want you to start, just lift one leg, I'll let you pick, and just try and get it in line with the hips. And I want you to hold there. Spread the fingers, kind of spread your weight through them so you feel really stable. Now, whichever leg is lifted, if you're ready for a challenge, I want you to reach that opposite arm forward and hold. Okay, thumb points up towards the ceiling, neck in line with the spine, core lifted. Good. We're gonna take small baby pulses for 8 here, okay? Lift 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, come back. You can sit the hips back for a second. We're gonna do it on the other side. So coming back into your tabletop position, make sure your back is flat, no down or up, nice and flat. Start with the leg, lift that opposite leg. You're looking for a straight line through, like kind of from the heel to the glute. So nothing super high. Good, now get that opposite arm up if you're going for it. Otherwise, stick with just the leg. Deep breath here. And we're gonna pulse. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5. Squeeze the glute. 3, 2, and 1. Good, come down. All right, we have just enough time. And we're gonna finish with that 30-second plank hold. Just a nice isometric hold. You can do this up on the wrist. If it hurts your wrist, you come onto the forearm. Okay, you can put the knees down for modified plank. All kinds of options here. You can even do this by leaning against the wall. So we're gonna hold for as long as possible. 30 seconds is the goal. All right, here we go. In 3, 2. Oh my! Don't listen to that. Okay, now we're up. Just keeping you guys on your toes. Good, you're 10 seconds in already. It's halfway. You guys are looking so stable. Awesome job. Squeeze through the glutes. Zip up the thighs. Really press energy out through the heels. 5 seconds to go. You can do it. 3, 2, 1, and good. Tap those knees under. Press back one more time. Well done. Oh, yeah.
We could have done another minute.
I had looked into, I saw a while ago that someone just this past year, like during quarantine, set the new record for like a plank hold. And it was like 4 minutes and something, which I was kind of shocked. Like I couldn't do that, but I honestly thought it would be longer when you think like Guinness, but then I was like, I'm gonna try that. And I was like, oh gosh, I can't get 4 minutes. So like maybe 4 minutes is really good. It just comes down to like breathing and stuff because you're so likely to hold your breath. And you can't do that. Yeah. Go ahead and grab drink. We are going to come up to stretch. So take your time, make your way up. Listen, elbows. That is a good question. I don't know that it said. And honestly, like so many of the rules were like your hips against the wall. Like yeah, against the wall. I can feel that, right? All right, go ahead and take your right leg forward, left leg back. We're trying to push that heel down towards the ground. And then I want you almost as if someone kind of gave you a gentle push just through the hips. Shift the hips forward, kind of squeeze the glute. Should feel that nice, like the flexor area. We're going to take one arm across the chest. Shoulders stretch with it. Good. Let's just switch sides there. Get your feet set first. Good. Chest is lifted. Hips press forward. Add that shoulder stretch. Good. Bring the legs up center. This time we're going to go just down the side of the body. I want you to get small, like gentle push, nothing painful. Just enough to press that hip out and really pull stretch all the way down the side. Okay, let's do one more each way. Down. The other way. Good. All right, legs come nice and wide. We're going to do that big lateral lunge like we did both the warm up and the workout. I want you to hold one side here. You want to get till you just feel a little bit of a good stretch on that inner thigh. Good, let's get the other way. All right, on up center. This time we're just going to stick one leg forward, heel down, toe up, and I want you to push all your weight through the hips to the back of the room. All right, so then let's try that other side. Great job today. All right, let's get a big tricep stretch here. So big inhale, let one arm fall behind the head, gentle push. Good, big arms down. Let's take that inhale again for the other side. Sit side goes back. Good, and release. Okay, if you want to hold onto a wall, a countertop, we're going to hit the quads for the last thing. All those lunges and squats, we just want to make sure we stretch through our quads here. So, one leg. You guys did great work today. It was great to have you. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Really enjoy the 4th of July. Be safe. And there's so much going on now. It's like the fair. Yes, switch sides. The fair, the reverse parade, which I thought was interesting. Have you guys seen that for like the 4th of July parade? That the people who usually would be in the parade, they go ahead and let your foot down. And I just want you to move your hips just a little bit. They'll be on the street and you drive through. And so like you kind of, so it's a reverse parade this year. Lots of stuff going on in town. Good. Give it one more deep breath in. Hands to heart center. And have an awesome weekend. Thanks for joining me.